Good afternoon, Facebook fans. I am hanging out on the last day of Strictly Sail Miami Boat Show, and I've got Frank Begill with us. Now, Frank is the Vice President of Sales and Product Development for Leopard Catamarans, so we're grateful that he's given us some of his time to kind of walk around with us and chat with us about the boats and about Leopard Catamarans. So, how are you doing today, Frank?
Great.
So far, so good?
Yeah, so far so good. It's a bit hot today, but this is our last day, so we are basically getting to the conclusion of 2017 Strictly Sail, which has been pretty good.
Yeah.
So we had a bigger display this year, and particularly we had the 45 here that we showing for the second time in the U.S. market. So that's a new model.
We have the boat of the year too.
And that's the boat of the year. So
yeah.
we received the award on Friday. Actually, we received the award from Cruising World for best boat of the year on this new model. So we also have in the show, in fact, the moorings with a 48 as well, the 4800 for the moorings fleet, and we have the 45 as a sunsail in the sunsail version as a 4-cabin at the sunsail booth. We also a little spread out with Power Cats and Collins Avenue, managed by Show Management in South Beach, and here we're focusing on Leopard, which is really the private owners and boats that are for private use. So there is no charter element here, and we have the whole range with a 40-footer right here.
Okay, that's the boat that's right behind us.
That's the boat that's right here. So this is a model that was launched now 2 years ago. Has all the DNA of Leopard. They are a good compromise between the volume that we have in the boat and performance.
Yeah.
We have a stepped hull, which is always something that is something that is on all Leopards today. That is something we've been doing for almost 20 years now, which is keeping the hulls very thin, but giving the volume and good space inside the boat, but above the waterline. So we still have thin hulls on the boat that sails well, and we have big, powerful, big main, low boom, very long boom, and an overlapping genoa that gives us a boat that sails well, even though it's got lots of space inside.
Yeah.
Okay, then we can go around. So you have the entire row of boat here. That's a lot of boats in a tight space. That's the back of the 40-footer. You can see we have a very large cockpits on these boats. We can sit 6 people easily on the 40. And we have a very large main salon as well, where we can sit 6 people as well, and the access forward from the main salon into the front of the boat. The door is open right now, which gives a lot of ventilation. We don't have the air conditioning on right now, so the ventilation on this boat is really good, and the protection against the sun is really nice with hard tops.
This is the smallest boat.
That's a smaller boat.
Yep.
We offer it as a 3-cabin, which is what this version is here. It's an owner's version. We also have a 4-cabin version.
And this is the first Leopard to have the forward-facing galley, correct?
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's a good point. So really, what we've done with this new model is we flipped the galley and main salon. Where before the galley was facing the aft cockpit. Now the galley is facing forward, so is the main salon. So what it does is actually moves the focus point forward, and it is nicer to look forward at the ocean rather than looking at the cockpit. Sometimes traffic on the dock or the dinghy. Also, it creates this indoor-outdoor feel where the aft cockpit and the main salon communicate together. So second, you have this open position, which is really nice. And also we can close the boat. So if it's too hot, or if it rains, or at sea in heavy weather, you can still close the boat. Okay, so we're going to move then to the bigger 45. This is our new model. Very successful so far. We just here at this boat show for Leopard only. We sold 6 of them.
Wow.
So that's been pretty good, and it's the same concept. We have very good access to the water, a large cockpit to sit 8 people in this case, and a large main salon as well, access forward through a door, same idea, except here there is a full-size forward cockpit in the front of the boat. So you can sit in the front, have breakfast in the morning. If there's too much traffic, close the door, get some privacy away from the dock and the rest of the boat.
Moving on to our
Here's our
48,
48.
which is another boat of the year, but not this year's boat.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about this. That's a good point. So that's a very successful boat, still very strong. We have this boat in the moorings. It's over there at the moorings booth, like I said. As far as private ownership, still going very strong. It's a well-performing boat. Blue water, does very well in the ocean. Another important point on Leopards is that we have the helm stations are in the cockpit, so they communicate directly with the cockpit. They're very well protected. The hardtop above the helm station comes standard. It's possible to enclose it. So at sea, in heavy weather, it's well protected.
I think because of the position of the helm, it's even easy for couples to sail together.
Yeah. So very often on the Leopard, we have private owners. They happen very often. They are just a couple sailing the boat. So this is a very compact helm station. The two winches are very close to one another. It's electrical winches with a foot switch, and it's an easy boat to single hand. So if we keep going, we have a much bigger unit here. It's the 58. A 58 footer here is offered as under the Leopard brand. So it's an owner's layout with a big owner's cabin to starboard. There's a very nice VIP cabin starboard forward, and two cabins to port. One can be for crew. What's really strong about this boat is the interior space. Very deep main salon. We have here a full-size dining table, plus in the front of it we have a lounging area with television and an office space in front of it. So there's several areas. Very social type boat. Again, we favor the common area, the social areas. So it's really fun with friends and family.
The flybridge is humongous, and there's a lot going on up there.
Yeah, so the flybridge is the second strong point on this boat. It's bigger than most cats, even of larger size. So we have a fly that goes all the way back with again the ability to sit 10, 12 people with a table. We also have a grill, an ice maker, refrigeration up there. So it's a really nice entertaining platform.
And then right behind us, we've got the Leopard 51 Power Cat.
So that's kind of new to actually put a powerboat here, since it's called Strictly Sail.
Yeah.
So it's sail, but not strictly anymore. However, we have a good interest on people that come here to see us that may be looking at both.
Has the Power Cat done well at the show? A lot of people have been interested.
Power Cat is
in
doing well. We have the same boat, the same model at Collins Avenue. So that's where we're going to do more of our sales, because Collins is more around power boaters. But there are people that looked at this and then they went to Collins afterwards, since we have the 43 footer in Collins as well. The 51 has been very successful, by far the best-selling power catamaran in the business. And we do have it in a moorings fleet as well, as a bareboat. We also offer it in a moorings fleet as a crude yacht and for private owners under the Leopard brand. So this boat is an owner's version 3 cabin. And again, you will see the typical characteristics of a Leopard: big cockpit, big main salon, and a huge fly. In fact, the fly of the 51 here is certainly bigger than most 60, 70-foot monohulls.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've kind of been with Leopard since the beginning, so you have seen, you've seen the transformation from the first boat to where they are now, and it's been great. Like, the transformation has been amazing.
Yeah, the history is basically, we started with Robertson and Kane in 1996. We ordered 10 45 footers, which is like the 4th generation before this one. And if you look at the boat, you posted a very nice picture that I liked a lot.
Yeah.
Which you see the the original 45 from '96 versus this brand new Leopard 45, and the difference is huge. And that's the product development aspect.
Yeah.
But the Robertson and Kane relationship has been great. So we started with the stand boats for the Moines fleet in '96. Then we started to develop other models from the Moines. But then as people were using our boats, I had customers that wanted these boats, but not in a charter fleet. They wanted to own a boat for themselves and not own a boat for charter. So we started Leopard in 2001, which was really to take a Moines boat and sell it privately. So I started to work on different layouts, on the branding at that point. But it was really a startup. It was unknown in the market. And then since then, obviously, we've built over 1,400 boats, and we are a leader here in the U.S.
Yeah. Just every year, from what I've been told, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, it keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Higher.
Yeah. The private part. Now the charter boats, they vary depending on the demand of the fleet. So it's driven by the renewal of the fleet, and it's usually pretty stable unless we have new destination or we decide to do something new with the fleet. But the Leopard private ownership side has been growing.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time with us today. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us? Or?
No, it's all good. Yeah, we finished the day. We're not done yet. We still have 5 hours to go.
Last day of the show, so
yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.